Hey, this is Russ. Yes, I know I didn't have a knee video out on Friday, but today, being Tuesday, I figured I better have one out for you. So let's talk about the knee. And you might be wondering how my knee is doing. Well, I will tell you that the knee overall is still doing pretty well, but I do sometimes have a little bit of stiffness as I wake up in the morning, and it is still sometimes warm to the touch. So I was told that that just means there's inflammation there, and that's probably true. And I wonder after 2 years why that thing is still warm. It makes no sense. I mean, it doesn't hurt or anything like that, but in the mornings it does get a little warm. Okay. So let me tell you a little bit about what's been happening with me lately. I did volunteer to do a little bit of work at our church, and I volunteered to do some photography for the church. And I haven't shot anything really professionally in a couple years. And so I said, yeah, well, I can offer my services and do that as a volunteer. So last week I was out there. You stand a lot when you're volunteering to do photography, and our church has two church services that happen in the morning. So I'm there. I think I was there from 7 o'clock in the morning until about almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So, you don't stand 100% of the time during the service itself. I was able to sit down, but, setting things up beforehand and helping them tear things down afterwards. Yeah, I could feel it a little bit, but believe it or not, it wasn't felt so much in the knee. It was felt more in the hips. Yeah. So I know it's due to my weight. If I was less heavy, it would make it a lot easier on my hips and things. But I told you guys before that my hips were X-rayed at one time. This is a while ago, and the doctor said nothing was wrong with it, but I still feel it. Yeah, so I don't think the knee is as bad today as the hips are. And if I walk a distance, like if I'm walking around Costco or doing whatever, I don't feel it in the knee. I feel it in the hips. So I think down the road the hips are going to have some issues, but it could be from the excessive weight. So hard to say. I'm sure the weight has a factor, but it's hard to say if the hips are actually, damaged to the point, or it's just that your weight is causing all that problem. So at least it's good to say that the knees are still doing okay. Okay. Also, I volunteered. I will be playing my guitar at on Sundays during some of the worship services. So I had not played my guitar at worship services in quite a few years. I was a worship leader for our one of the other churches I attended for like 10 years. And then when we went to another church, once per month, I would lead worship service there. But since moving to another church, yeah, we've been jumping around to different churches. And then, of course, the new church that we're currently at, I hadn't played in several years, so I offered to do that. So I'll be playing at our church's worship service next Sunday. But here's the reason I'm bringing this up, okay? I know when I was looking at some of the music videos I did, and the music videos I did that's on YouTube are just secular music. It's not, worship music and things. But I was watching myself on the videos, and you can definitely see that I was favoring one leg over the other. You can see that I'm standing mostly on my right leg, because the left leg, at the time that those videos were recorded, about a year or so ago, I still didn't have my extension well. So my extension was still sitting at about 10 degrees, so I couldn't really stand perfectly level between the two legs. Okay. And it kind of got me thinking about, next Sunday, if I'm standing up at worship, during the worship time, will I be favoring that one leg? And I don't think so. I'm standing pretty well now between the two legs, so at least it looks like I'm balanced. But if you watch some of those old music videos that I put up online on YouTube, you'll see that I'm actually standing more on my right leg than on my left leg. Okay. If you want to see those videos, you just have to go to the main Russ is Right. Just search Russ is Right within YouTube. Then you'll see there's playlists. And if you click on playlists, you'll see there's a music playlist. And those are the music videos that I did. These are covers that I made where I'm playing all the instruments and singing. Okay, so if you haven't heard any of my music covers, and these are mostly old 70s music, times when I was younger, right? that I recorded, maybe, I don't know, 9 or 10 of them that are up there. You can hear some of the music covers that I did. Okay, so anyways, I just wanted to say today that the knee is still doing well, even though other parts of me is not doing so well. Okay, and for you guys who have knee issues now too, start thinking a little bit about how long have it been since you've had your knee replacement? How long do you think it's going to take before you're fully recovered? Now, the interesting thing is we always think we're going to be done faster than we actually are. I mean, there are some people who are done in 3 months and they're done, okay? But if you're watching Russ is Right, chances are you probably have some issues, and that's why you're watching the knee videos, okay? So I'm thinking that how long was it that you thought it would take, considering your current problems? How long did you think it was going to take you to finally get over it all? So for me, I had always heard that it was going to take about 2 years to get it all done. And really, it did take 2 years to the point where I kind of feel like I'm functioning pretty well. I mean, it's not perfect. I mean, I still have issues, but it's probably as good as it's going to get. So I didn't think it would take 2 years. And in fact, when I was going through the whole thing, I thought maybe a year. Since I have problems, maybe a year. Okay, well, yeah, it dragged down to 2 years, and it's still going on. Still has some issues, but I consider myself at this point done, only because I don't think it's going to get any better than where it's at, even though I still have, the warmth in the knee and some stiffness when I wake up in the morning. I don't think those things will go away too much, but it's not like I'm not functional, because I am functional. Okay, now we got hip issues. Falling apart. I always tell friends, I'm just falling apart, and as we get older, we fall apart more. So let me know, how long did you think it will take you to go? And have you reached that goal, or are you still working it past the point that you thought it would take you to do? Okay, put that in the comments, let me know. Anyways, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will talk to you guys next time.